So, promos tonight. That'd be fun, huh?
Excuse me.
Welcome, everybody, to Mrs. Bomey's Burp Zone.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Alexa, play me a burp.
What in the Sam hell was that?
Sorry. Whoops.
Hello to Smile Money. He's first one in there.
That room up.
Oh, my heavens. Wow.
Oh, brother.
You don't mess around, huh? You
I'm
got...
sorry. That wine must have tasted really good.
She's like, burp! Thank you.
I just went to say hi, and that did not come out. So I'll put this in the embarrassing moment.
Yeah. Later on, she'll be doing the alphabet for all those folks who care.
Well, that would be some talent.
So I'll let you figure out where you want to start, because there's a we have like what holy moly, 5 years worth of material to talk about. So holy crap.
Well, I was allowed to sit in because the promos are expanded to all of us. Me, Jim, and Christine.
So for the morning shower people that just normally listening to my show, I should explain that there is 2 other shows that John does promos for as well. And that's Hanging.
Rented lips. No. See, now what happened was normally her eyes are up here. But for all the shower folks, she looked down. And that's why she said, hanging in the shower. Okay. All right.
There's going to be some poor guy in the shower going, she looked.
Yep,
to the left.
She looked. Yep, she did.
And what is it now?
In the hangar with the Hornet Fixer.
Thank you. Because I almost was going to say it the wrong way again. And then Locked and Loaded. Those shows are on Wednesday night and Friday night. And yeah, I would suggest those shows for the kiddies. So anyways, John does the promos for all 3 of our radio shows, podcasts, however you want to call them. And I've come to the determination, John, that sex really does sell.
I'm going to give you a yes on that.
Because Eric's promo last night, that's out on there in the land of YouTube world, has got over 5,000 views in 24 hours.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
We try to help veterans. We try to raise money for friends that have cancer and friends that we have lost. But you show the tatas, sit back and just watch the number spin.
Indeed.
Faster than an old odometer on a car.
So, of course, we know what Eric's favorite will be now.
Boobs.
Actually, I'm on record. I want to personally say that the numbers are great. The numbers matter most when it means either revenue for the John Solar Radio Network or BattleBox or TacPack. But when it actually comes to, hey, Eric, what's your favorite promos? I personally think the promos that you did celebrating Ed's life were probably the best. Now, if you just went with the ones that made me smile the most, Gunwild killing Christine, and
I forgot about that.
He shot you with a bazooka.
and the one the old school sci-fi thriller that you did for Brian McCowan are my 2 personal makes me smile ones.
Yeah. The Democrat one.
Yeah. So these promos, in case anybody out there is listening, these promos that John does are put out there on our YouTube channels, because each one of us does have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've been really bad.
And then
usually when a
Twitter
promo comes out, I was putting it in a playlist, and I haven't done that for such a long time.
Yeah, you made my job harder today. Thank you. Kidding.
I actually need to sit down maybe tomorrow with a nice scotch and put everything where it's supposed to be, because the promos, the work. Let's pretend for a moment that he's actually not sitting here listening to this. The work that John puts into the promos is really good, except for my porn one. That one sucked.
Oh my God! Normally he doesn't bother to try to get where I'm coming from. He just goes with it. But this one literally was a play on the words.
Yeah, porn had nothing to do with it.
That's right. That was the whole thing. Was people are always going, yeah, sure, yeah, they'll do anything. Oh yeah, everyone will watch everything because there's porn in it. And I'm like, okay, well here's this one. What's porn got to do with this? Literally nothing.
Nothing.
And Eric's like, I don't like it. Why? Because there's no porn in it. It just said porn, but there wasn't any in there. Well, you got to read the whole thing. What's porn got to?
Well, at least there was boobs in the boobs one.
Yes, there were. Yes,
lots of them.
We actually had new models in that one too.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of new people were involved.
Yeah, Gunwild, you should feel terrible, man. You killed Christine, you bastard.
With a bazooka.
He had a big smile on his face, too, when he squeezed the trigger.
We're gonna put more of those out, Gunwild. We'll definitely put more of those out. But see, those type of videos are more when there's a guest. It's more driven from like. Well, the last one I put out was that we had a guest was Rico Suave. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mario loved it because he always wanted to be Rico Suave.
And he got to be. He was so excited.
There's pieces like that we'll grab here and there and put together, but mainly it's when you have a guest. You know, that's kind of what you do there when you have a guest.
You got to keep in mind too. I don't have the skill set to do what you do. I mean, I wish at a bare minimum, I wish I had the skill set to do like Jim does and William does, because nobody has sent me a good intro for the Ebomi channel in a long time. William has been sending me a few new things for the Brew channel, and I think it's kind of like, I bet you don't use this one. But the amount of time that goes into the promos, and I'm at fault, Jim's at fault, Christine is more into it than the two of us are, you know, to actually sit down and say, okay, 2 weeks from now, Brian McCown is going to be the guest or whatever. It's really hard to do the kind of promo that.
Yeah, but yours is different though, because yours is more of the atmosphere of let's just sit down, have a couple beers, and have a good laugh. Well, I mean, it was like everybody that was meeting at the local pub or the local watering hole. If you will.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just not to sound. Well, it's been a challenge. You know, I have lined up. I think in 1 week alone, I lined up 3 different guests, and all 3 of them fell through. It's like, yeah, I can be there on Friday. Oh, I can't be there on Friday. I can be there on Friday. Oh, my daughter's swim meet has now been scheduled for Friday. The last time Mario was scheduled 2 weeks ago, and then he got activated 2 weekends in a row to be on the Mexican-U.S. border, which I understand. And so, you know, it's in a few cases, we've actually had people lined up, John's done promos for, and then it's just like, hey, could you like eventually get him to come on the show because I have a promo ready. So
it's sitting here on my shelf.
but the amount of time, I mean, I can't even imagine how much time, especially the one for Brian McCown, that looked like a minute and 45-second sci-fi movie.
Well, I had tons. There's many times I get lots of help, lots and lots of help. There's some programs I can use. There's other sites that I use pieces of. The most elaborate one, though, the truly most elaborate one, was yours, Eric, which involved 3 countries. Which it's probably my favorite, but I don't know why a lot of people just didn't get it. I mean, it was the Predator, not the Predator. It was Alien. When we actually took the alien and made a wire frame of it and had it coming out in the original scene, but then took your face and made it the skin and stretched it over. So when you turned, your nose even could be seen. It wasn't just, putting the picture and sticking it on there. We actually made a wire frame of the whole thing, and it was unbelievable. The guys from Germany did an incredible job.
I want to take a moment. I haven't had a chance to talk to you, John, about this, but I just want to ask Stephen from Boondockers if everything is going okay with the wife.
And while he's sitting, while he's waiting to answer you in the chat room, let's just give shout outs to everybody that's in there so far. We've got Boondockers, Smile Money, who didn't really like the redhead in my promo, by the way. Poco Loco, Gunwild, and Otis71. And thanks for you guys joining us here tonight in the chat room. Thanks to everybody that's listening live. And thanks to everybody that will be listening on the various podcast sites tomorrow morning when you're showering.
I'm gonna give Smile Money a little piece of happy advice.
Okay.
He's referencing the girl, all right, who was wearing the jean shirt, looking in the refrigerator. Okay. But now that girl also did a cameo in Eric's video yesterday. She was the one who was adjusting herself in the black bra. Not the girl who had the coat she took off, but it was the first girl who you could only see, and you just saw a little bit of her blonde hair tucked down. Same girl. Same girl.
Well, Smile said is, what did he say?
Red finger waving biatch.
That was too funny. So, Eric, you talked about like some of your favorites that you had just mentioned. So I'm going to go ahead and name some of my favorites that I really like that John did. And of course, the first favorite one is going to be teaching John about hockey. That hockey promo was better than Christmas and anything else put together.
I can't say their name. I can't say their name now because they have some new people that they're working with. But that was spoiled beyond. I mean, that was like I didn't think for a second they were going to do it right, but then they went, we'll take care of it. I thought I'd get a few shots. But then they started asking, well, what is it? And I'm like, well, I'll have to get a hold of her because I don't really know. I couldn't get a hold of you, so I had to contact Eric Karstens and go, he's a hockey freak, and go, I need some names of shots. What are you know what I mean? I can't just go, like when you guys run up to the net and you go, woo, that kind of shot. I don't know what the hell that's called. So I needed to talk to them intelligently. And so he gave me a whole bunch of phrases to ask them about, so I was able to go ahead and get all of that set up. But I mean, those guys freaking took care of you. Like
they killed it. It was
they took the advertising off the rink so that we didn't have to worry about sponsors or any of that stuff. Then they were going and they were knocking each other on the ground. What do you call that when he shoved the ice all in that guy's face?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and then I was like, I got to remember because I know he's going to ask me, and now I forgot. Oh, I hate getting older.
Boondockers, our thoughts and prayers stay with you and your family and your wife.
Okay.
Yeah, the well,
Yeah.
well, these two are reading it. The hockey promo was unbelievable. The fact that they actually sent in a crew to take the sponsorship boards down from around the rink just so that they can beat the hell out of each other and film it.
Oh gosh, it was. I mean, they were doing that. What is it called? Where they stop sudden and the
Oh, and they
the snowing.
yeah, when
Snowing,
they
yeah, snowing. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
And
Snowing.
he literally hit him in the face with all
Yeah.
of that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, that
That
was fun. And then they were there that night. They were on. They were on.
Monarchs.
They were listening. Shh, 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 shh. Can't say that. There's
Can't
people.
say it.
Yeah, yes, there's people that are working with them now. I can't say the name of stuff, but they were on that night. Yeah, they were on that night. Butterflies. Yeah. But yeah, they were on that night. It was fun. That was a lot of freaking work on that boy. Those guys. I could never have shot that because in order to shoot it, you got to be able to ice skate.
Mm-hmm.
I can't ice skate. I can see me going like this and explode.
I can't even see you wobbling back and forth trying to keep your balance.
I'll be like, okay, can everybody cut it out first? If you're gonna skate over here, skate over here. Don't go back over there. Skate over here.
Yeah.
I'd be in one spot.
put the camera in a 2-foot foam box.
And then put the 2-foot foam box on my butt because I already know I'm going to wind up sitting on it.
Well, and a couple other ones too that I wanted to mention. Of course, The Sopranos. That was fabulous. That was fun. The Lincoln County War, when we did that one with Haboob.
Yes. Those are a blast.
That was amazing footage that you got for that one of the wild,
That's a lot of fun. We got to have people go on location.
Mm-hmm.
You start. It's funny because a lot of people get irritated with it because I'll go, "Hey, didn't you say you know so and so?" Yeah. What's the chance of maybe they'll let you go in before? I'm not asking for anything special. Just like before it opens for the day. Could you possibly get in like, I don't know, 10 minutes and go stand by this famous saloon and just give me that low shot and scan around real slow about 180 degrees? Could you
panoramic?
Could you? So how much are the tickets for that thing? 25. I'll pay for the tickets. I need the footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that one was amazing.
The most famous thing I hear nowadays is this. Okay. I get that a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh wow! So you driving all the way there? Awesome. Hey, you don't think you could stop?
So my next one is what was the one that you considered the funniest?
Yours?
Well, I didn't have ours. I was just mentioning.
Well, I don't know. The one that always makes me laugh my ass off is Gun Wild Nuking You, but
the one of yours that makes me laugh is when John made Mario a hot dog.
I'm a hot dog.
I'm a hot dog.
Look at me.
well, I don't know.
Mario just came in.
Mario.
He just came in as we were saying that.
It's the hot dog.
Hey.
No, of yours. Of yours, it's usually no Gun Wild. I cannot answer that.
He wants to know if that's fantasy.
Of yours, most of them are usually pretty serious because they're pertaining to whatever the subject is. Even when the subject is going to be fairly lighthearted. Yeah. But as far as funny ones go, it's always the girls' party. Those are usually the funny. I
have to be in agreement with that one. The annual girls' dinner party. That one was flippin' hilarious to get all those girls to do that.
Boondockers.
Now it's just become a can you act like a nutbag on camera for 10 seconds. Give it to her. Because I mean, I've got people doing the ballerina in the middle of a field with a combine. She was using a full-size combine as the bar on the wall.
Her ballet bar.
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell does that?
Two fast things. Boondocker is going to be meeting with Johnny Watson tomorrow and take Gunwild's advice. And second, back to the Ms. Bomey funny promos. Anytime you have, and I'll just throw it out there, that the brunette in the dress, in the water, in the tree, wearing not only is she hot as hell as far as I'm concerned, but she's also funny nuts.
Yes.
She is a whack job.
She is amazing.
And everybody who likes her, watch the girls' promo this time, because we actually got her to come back and put the smelly, stinky dress on and do some other things for us.
She is just a trooper. Mario says that his favorite is the Quiet Riot, and Jim is the lead singer, and Mario's in the dining room table.
Yes, him is D. Snyder. Jim is D. Snyder.
D. Snyder. I forgot about that one.
Jim sort of looks like D. Snyder.
Sorry.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Edgelina. Now, Small Money says Edgelina. Now, in case everyone doesn't know this, I'll tell you. Quite a while back, me and Ed were talking. Actually, Eric and Christine, I think you were on there. I said, Ed, you'll always be in every promo forever. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's hard for him to see. I remember the one time he calls me on the carpet and he goes, I'm not in this promo. I said, yeah, you are. He goes, I'm not in this promo. I said, yes, you are. And as you see Locked and Loaded go through, you see Locked go through, you see the and sign, and then you see load. Just the word load. I said, look at it again. He went, well, it's missing the ED on that. And said, what's that spell? He goes, oh, fuck you. You were in the promo, asshole. Yes, you were. So Ed,
he looked at you like you trying to dupe me.
So Ed, by the way, so everyone knows, Ed is in every promo now. Still, it's at the very end of the promo. Ed always wanted me to make him a pinup girl. He wanted his very own pinup girl. So since he was an Air Force guy, what we did was we animated a pinup girl on the front nose of a. There's lots of argument as what plane it is, but it doesn't matter to me what plane it is. For me, it had the wings of a Corsair. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a Mustang or whatever. But his pinup girl, is on the nose of the plane, and she waves. She's holding a little piece of a motor or whatever, and then she puts her hand on her hip. That's for Ed. So at the end of every single promo, no matter what we're doing, Ed is at the end of every single promo.
Yeah, in case anybody is wondering, that does see them and doesn't understand like what is that ending about. So now John has explained what that's all about. So yeah, so you had fun. Okay, so we talked about our favorite ones. We talked about funny ones. Which one of the promos that John did took you by surprise? That you said, okay, we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah.
The porn one. There was no porn in it.
Oh my God, get over it.
What was the title? What's porn got to do with it? Nothing. It's the answer. Oh, my heavens.
Actually, almost all of them in some way or another surprised me because I think in my mind, this is what I would do, and John always takes it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. That is one thing that I got to say, John. I mean, all the times that if it's been, or when you and I talk about, okay, here's the topic for, next week, and this is kind of like what I wanted to see, or, this is my input. It's always like, okay, yeah, I get that. And then you just like pump up the volume, and it's like much better than I ever anticipate it being, or how I'm thinking it in my mind's eye.
What's nice is I don't have reins. which is nice because none of you guys put any rings on me. It's like,
No.
It's like, well, here's the guest. Cross your fingers.
No, I think
It's
when
coming.
you start doing that, when you tell somebody, here's, you do this, but you put limitations on it, then I think that kind of cramps your imagination and creativity.
It would for me because sometimes, I mean, I've scrapped. Well, I've told you before. I've done the whole promos and had them done, thrown them away. It didn't flow right. It doesn't. It looks like someone just put it together or whatever. But what I'll do is, I mean, like with Christine, with yours, I do yours backwards. I get the music first. I'll figure out what I want to do for music, and then I'll have to sit there and listen to the song and think about what we're going to be talking about. And I just sit there and listen to it over and over again. And I'm just waiting for something to pop in my head where it's like, boom, boom, boom. But I usually have enough time with yours to do that.
Yeah.
So I can sit down and spend 15 minutes one day, think about it a little bit. Oh, and I'll write something down like, oh, you know what I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to have somebody do this. Like write backwards on a piece of glass or something. I'll be able to figure out a few things like that. Eric's is just, his is just like, you got to cram as much fun and as much shock and awe as you can in a minute to a minute and 30 seconds. It's got to go nonstop and be like fireworks and explosions and it's all got to happen right that fast.
That's for sure. So, yeah, the other thing that I was going to ask is like, maybe not so much for your promos, but which one did you think, Eric, that it was powerful, that just kind of, it just stayed with you for a while?
Was a few back of ones of yours. Well, I can't even remember what the subject line was because I know the ones I know the ones about Ed.
Mm-hmm. And yes, Mario, the Rico Suave was badass.
I can tell you this toughest scene.
Some of them, like the one about the Gettysburg one, I thought was really good. I like the one that John did on the cannabis and the hemp.
That one I did too. I like that one, but I thought that was a popular one, the cannabis and the hemp, because there was quite a few people that saw that. For me, the one that I thought that was really powerful was the one that you did, John, when we talked about addiction.
That was a tough. Just because it was not real, nothing that looked like it happened at all.
Yeah.
The needles were not even. They were. They're the same needles you use for fixing your ink cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
So they're blunt. They're rounded. Okay. So, but I mean, it's to make it look as real as it can to touch somebody's skin with it. That was an emotional moment right there for a lot. A lot of people were like, "Wow, that just really messed me up." But the hardest scene I ever did though was driving up to the top of the mountain and then climbing up the rocks to put the teddy bear there for Ed.
Yeah,
I was done. You guys had beat me up. I had been beaten up in this last scene. I had this idea of this scene that I wanted to have happen. The leaves were beginning to change a little bit, and there's some really high points that you can actually see out over the other mountains. On the top of the mountain in New Hampshire, this particular one, I thought, wouldn't it be so badass if you're just sitting there and just the innocence of a teddy bear just sitting there looking out as all the world still is happening, but this innocence is still sitting there, and there's all these people behind it that have this feeling, this negativity about a situation that happened. So I was like, I knew I wanted to do that, so we went up there, and boy, I'll tell you what, it was. All I had to do was set a teddy bear down and put a camera there to take a picture, but I was like choked up, having a hard time.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah.
I don't remember you being happy with us.
I know. Well, by that point in time, I mean, I was the third one. I mean, first Jim had talked about, things related to Ed, and then it was your turn on your show. Excuse me. And then I come along, and I'm doing it from like a different angle than what you two had done.
Hello, Bearded CB.
Yeah, I was beat up that week. That was a very difficult week right there.
The funny thing that I wanted to mention too, going back to the funny things, is I don't remember what promo this was in, but I gotta mention it, and you're gonna hate me for it.
Uh-oh.
The male pole dancer.
Oh my God, that was terrible. And for all those people out there, that don't understand what's going on, here's what you have to do. Number one, she wants a male pole dancer, and okay, so now you've got to do this tastefully. Okay, so the first thing you'll learn is, since you want to do it tastefully, is don't ever type that in Google. Trust me when I say it. Don't type it in Google. Does not go the way you think. There's not a whole bunch of like places that pop up and go, "Are you looking to hire a male pole dancer? Do it here." Oh no, that's not what pops up. Trust me. So now you've got to contact people and go, "Well, are there any?" I'm having to actually contact people. Are there any guys who do this type of thing? Whatever. Then I remembered that girl who you had in one of your promos.
Yeah.
She taught pole dancing, but it wasn't like pole dancing like you're thinking. This girl was unbelievable. She's huge, works in a barn, a gigantic pole beam barn, and she's beautiful, and she does these amazing things on these poles.
She's just got like strength and poise and everything going on.
She's amazing. But she knew somebody who, his big claim to fame is he actually stands there and holds the pole. And he's not supporting the rest of his body. He's holding it with his hand, and he's going around in a circle. I'm like, okay, that could be interesting. All right. As long as we keep this on the up and up here, you know what I mean? There needs to be clothing and things like that involved, okay?
John does not want to see a naked man's butt.
Let's make sure that we all understand that this is for her promo. I'm not involved, but I have to make it, so, you know. Everybody's dressed, right?
Not to mention all the crap that you got for that one.
And I told you, these guys are like, "Oh, you're so fun, John. You're so awesome. Thank you, John." Until I do one of those promos, they're like, "John's gay. John's gay." They're real big support network there from the.
Yeah, not so much. I'm thinking on that one. I just had to mention that. I don't remember what promo that one was on. The other one that I thought was funny, going back to the funny ones because I'd forgotten about this one too, was when we had Blue Thunder on for St. Patty's Day, and you made him the dancing little leprechaun.
With the girl, the hardest thing in that was getting that damn mirror to work right. Because I had a picture of a girl holding a mirror, and that was all I got. All right, now I've got to figure out how to make this and animate this. So what I'm using is I'm using pan, okay, and rotate to bring her in and forth. But now I'm trying to direct it so that the mirror comes closer to you instead of her, and the mirror's I have to paint the mirror into a green screen. So I turned that into a green screen now. Yeah. So I've got it now. It's animated and it's a green screen. And it's coming towards you. So what I got to do now is I got to get Jerry into the pot of gold stuff and all that. And I used another program to do that, and it helped me out a ton because it was pretty much all done. I just had to get his face in there. You know what I mean? So I have to go. That's another hard one too. Is finding you just want someone's face. That's it. Mm-hmm. All right. So now how many of these guys don't show their face? Okay. Then when they do show their face, like Jerry, he's in a piece of equipment. I can't get that's not a good. I've got to go through all his videos till I find a picture of him looking forward. Then I got to cut it out, remove the background. Now I can finally place it in there. And what should have been 25 minutes was now 4 hours. But then it's a matter of sizing all that stuff and getting it to all work into the music and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could. Those are fun, but they're a pain in the ass.
They're very tricky. And yes, Mario, we know you were a hot dog. We were talking about that before you came on.
See this? There's Bearded CB there. John's hiring male strippers for Joey's dancing. The support network is so amazing.
With friends like that.
Oh, yeah. So what did you want me to put? What's the last one you said to me to do? I've done the pole dancer for you, and what did you? Oh, you wanted a guy dancing.
Oh no, I just said I just wanted a nice looking guy that didn't have his shirt on.
You said like the Friday stuff.
Yes.
Well, now imagine. Now imagine.
Well, I know some of them don't have.
Right, but now how do I find this individual? I have to go looking for this individual. Okay. What is Christine like? I don't know. I literally took pictures from your Friday thing. Went, find someone like this. Does anybody know someone like this?
That's it.
That's what she's looking for. Well, I have a friend.
Friday boys for my girlfriends.
I don't want to talk to your friend. I'm not interested. if he can wiggle like this, you know what I mean, and just smile, that's fine. That's great. Just quick. I need 10 seconds. That's all I need.
The other one that I really liked, that you did was two of them. The first one was Agent Chaos when he was on.
Yep.
And you put my guy in there, Nikki. Who, by the way, is going to be a dad again. Can you believe that? He's like 60. Okay, anyways, sorry, squirrel moment. And then the other one was the rock and roll, the LA scene.
Oh, yeah.
That we did with Gunwild.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a very entertaining show.
Yeah, that was a blast. That was a lot of fun.
And I liked the one that you did for the 80s, when we talked about the 80s. That was the top.
Hold on 1 second, because these guys are running off in a different direction every time I say something. No smile money. I don't need 10 seconds.
Not like that.
Do you see what he's doing? You know what I mean? You see this stuff? No, I wanted 10 seconds of video for her of the Felder. That was it. Yeah. Okay.
You have to make sure that you complete the sentence. You can't leave nothing to the imagination.
I'm telling you, Mario wants a video. You need an I See White People video. Okay. I can do one of those for you, Mario, but remember, you're going to have to help.
Yes.
You're going to have to record some stuff for me so that I can have your audio.
I agree with Gunwild. I wish that Agent Chaos would make some videos again.
I don't know what happened. Because I mean, first he used to make videos under NOLA, and then he decided to go have some fun and break out, and he did Agent Chaos, and it was a ton of fun. And he was I think I had just started working on green screen. He started doing green screen, but he found an interest in it, so he used it a lot. I used it for different things. Most of my I do a lot of green screen now, and I have a 12-foot one right here in front of me. I mean, those guys can't see it, but I literally have a 12-foot green screen.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
covers the entire walls. But I don't use it that much because that's putting me in a green screen, and that wasn't really what I do. So I use a lot of it, but I make my own now for CGI work and stuff. Mm-hmm. But he got good at it. He was able to have some fun with it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Any other comments over there, Eric?
No.
Okay, we're just asking. So now that we kind of talked about our favorites and everybody's got an idea of, what these promos are all about. Oh my God, I only had like a half a glass of wine. I can't talk.
Oh, is that what you call? Is that what a half gallon is now? Half a glass?
Yeah. So now we talked about that. Okay, so tell me and everybody that's listening, John, like, what is your process like when we come to you and we say, okay, this is going to be our topic or our subject, and you start getting ideas, and then you're going to need people to help you out with doing these videos. Where do you go? Do you have like multiple sources, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of brokers I use. I use colleges, like Jim's. In the Hangar with Hornet Fixer, a lot of his stuff, a lot of it is from colleges. UCLA is a big big. Even though it's in California, there are a lot of girls there that like to party, and if they are able to do it tastefully when I'm asking for them, they usually they'll make $30.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, I might like when we did assault straws. All right, what I'm asking is no big deal. All right, some people might think, well, that's kind of creepy, but it really isn't any big deal. What's the chances of somebody being at a pool in California on the weekend? I would say pretty good. Okay, now all I want you to do is I want you to highlight being in the pool, but I want the straws to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
All right, so we hired a whole bunch of girls who did nothing more than their friends. A lot of times it's their friends holding their cell phone. And they just want to make money to go party this weekend. So they get out there and they'll do 2 or 3 clips, and I'll go, they're both perfect. They're fantastic. It's $30 for that one, $30 for that one. And a lot of them will wind up being sold to one of these sites. There's Shutterstock, there's Getty Images. They do video as well. Some of those places will buy the clips. That's how I can even afford to do it. If it was just budgeting, me spending $300 a week in just buying clips, it wouldn't work. You can't hire people like that. So a lot of times that's what'll happen. I've had a few scares. Your guy was one of my scares because I couldn't sell his clip.
The pole dancer guy or the other?
Oh, the other guy. I couldn't sell the clip. I was like, oh my God, I do not want to be the guy. So what's that about? Well, I paid for it, so it's on the computer. Why do you have a picture of that dude on it? Because I had to buy it. You paid a guy to dance like that? Wait a minute, you freak. Okay, all right. So you try to sell them as fast as you can so you can recoup the money. But, we sold that one too finally. It's like, so there's been a couple of close calls where I'm sitting there going, oh my God.
No.
Oh, please. Please. Or like, some of the shots that I get from our special friend at the special wink wink growing place that has no identifiers on it. Those are some incredible shots. Those are amazing shots. But you can't just sell them anywhere. They got to be sold to people that are allowed to have that stuff because it can look like someone's doing something illegal in a wrong area. So you got to be,
Right.
There's a lot to it. You got to make sure you don't deal with anybody who's not of age. You got to make sure everybody understands. We've had some naughty girls who have sent stuff to us, and it's like, I'm not paying for that. Oh, thank you for letting me look at that, but now I'm going to delete that, and I'm not paying for that, okay? But thank you.
So they just basically submit the clips to you, and then you decide if that's somebody that will work for what you're doing for the promo at the time.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll put out. It'll be just like this. They'll be going into the laundry room, or they'll be going to one of their places in the hallways where they have all their stuff out there. It'll say, looking for 3 or 4 clips from some young ladies who want to go out, hop in the pool, have some fun, but highlight straws, holding up straws and waving them, having fun. You can throw the straws. You can have 12 straws in a drink and drink out of all 12. Just have some fun with it. We're looking for a few clips like that. So there's nothing creepy. There's nothing weird. But that's what we did for the assault straw video. That was Hornet Fixers assault straws. And we had a whole bunch of gals out there having fun with straws.
That leads me to another question. Remember the promo that we did, or the topic that we did for freedom of speech? Yes. And remember the girl that had the razor blade in her mouth?
You had to bring that up. You had to bring that up. She did get cut. That was real.
Yeah.
Yes, that was real. And what it was is the cut is actually on her tongue because she used the wrong razor blade.
Oh.
She used a double-sided razor blade. What I had said was if you took a single-sided laser blade, it's wider. We all know what those are. You slide them in your scrapers and stuff. That way you can put it on in your mouth and hold it on your lips and then push it out with your tongue. It'll fall out. She ran upstairs, apparently, and went, well, I'm at my parents' house, so let's see. My dad has razors, and he has this kind, and she stuck it in her mouth. Yeah, that. We had one close accident, Sarah. Well, I shouldn't say her name, but it was very, very close. Thank God nothing happened. She was the girl who naturally looks like Harley Quinn.
Quinn. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she's yes, that was Eric's promo, and everything was orchestrated. Her dad was present. Everything was perfect. It was all set to go. Everything was good to go. And you can see her actually look down at the knife in her hand. She looks down to make sure it's situated right. But when she pulled it up, she turned it. And when she turned it, she had put the sharp part back in her throat again. Luckily, she did not hurt herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a that was
a close call.
Could have gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she already knew she wasn't going to touch herself. That was all very clear, but it was like even told to look down and make sure as your arm comes up, it's situated correctly. But she looked down, her arm wasn't situated, and when it came up, she forgot to look again to make sure it was situated.
Yeah.
But luckily, she did exactly like she was told and didn't actually touch herself. So.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, you got to be real careful. You have to be so careful.
You do.
Oh my word, yeah. Because you're giving direction to people who you're hoping they're understanding, and it's like whoosh.
Well, there's a question in the chat. Boondockers, did the gay pirate promo involve Hornet Fixer asking for a friend? I can't even get through that sentence. Oh my
god! Every once in a while, something happens in my head, and I'm not sure why it happens. But I'll get a wild hair, and we've always called Joey the gay pirate. I think it was Mario who started that because he saw Joey's avatar, and it was like him as a pirate, so he calls him the gay pirate. But nothing ever came of it. Nothing ever got done about it. So all of a sudden, this one night when we were going to be doing something, having him on there, I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I want to have someone dress up as a little gay pirate. So the pirate that's in question is actually a girl. I don't know if a lot of people realize it or not, but that's a girl.
Really? I didn't know that.
It is a girl. That is a girl. Wow. That's the only person I could get that could wear that costume and put it on and do it. That was a girl. So yes, that was a girl.
More proof.
Huh?
More proof.
Look at it. You didn't.
Oh, Joey is gay.
Oh, well, okay.
And Mario says, yes, I am a bad influence. We're not going to disagree with you on that one.
So, but the funny part that happened is when it's all said and done, Joey grabbed that clip and now he uses it on his channel.
He uses it on his channel. That's for right. His.
Yeah. So there's actually a woman portraying Joey, the gay pirate, walking into a cloud of fog, and Joey's like, "That's so cool! I'm putting it on my channel."
I remember that night that Joey asked you if it was okay to use that, and I'm sure there was like giggle. Yeah, sure, Joey.
No problem. You feel free.
Oh yeah, sorry. The night that Joey asked John if it was okay to use that promo.
Thanks for putting that record straight there, Gunwild.
Yeah.
Oh, that is too funny.
This is the first time he called in. He won the tack pack, and it was Mario and Joey, and Mario was giving Joey insane shit about being a gay pirate hooker.
And that was the birth of the gay pirate.
But I don't know what it is. Every once in a while, someone will do something like that, and I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see it come to life. So I just decided that day, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a gay pirate. Disappear into a cloud of smoke.
Joey has a nice butt.
Oh, I can't believe I have a clip of you saying that now.
Joey has a nice fart box.
No.
Save that for the girl show. It's coming up.
Yes, by the way, as a side note, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Gotta get your promo done. 2 weeks.
My promo was started February 17th, 2018. This is the longest running promo prep I have ever freaking done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's for sure. So we were, Eric and I were talking about our favorite ones and ones that we like. Is there some that stick out for you that were your favorite or funny or?
I have. There's a lot of cussing that goes on, a lot of screaming, a lot of cussing.
I'm glad I'm not at your house when you're doing this.
As I'm learning new things, it's like you can actually, if you go back and watch it, they were very simple. They were Corel based. They were all Corel based templates. That was it. All right. Then I started to go, well, it's kind of boring. It's not really anything awesome. Yeah, it's fun and it looks cool, but I need to get a little better. So I started branching out and doing some other things. Then doing some character stuff, and then I hooked up with the guys in Germany, and they were like, well, we're gonna. If you're I make templates for them. So if I'm willing, since I spend so much time on some of these promos, some of the stuff I do, if I send it to them as a template, it makes them happy and it goes into different packages. So I can get my stuff upgraded for free. So I ended up with their program, which is the same ones that your media outlets use. I have the same stuff that they're using for all of their crazy wild pictures that they make and titling systems and all that. So I use that. But once I get them down, you can always tell as I'm learning something. Like for a while, I remember waves were real popular with me. Everything I had lots of waves because it was learning how to track a wave and have letters float in it. And actually, when the wave goes by, the letters go down, and the next wave comes by and lifts them up. So I kind of, as I'm learning different ways of doing things and getting better at it, I'll start having little phases and little things as we go along. Like right now, I'm into the whole learning how to skin things. So that's why you'll see lots of times you might have a set of letters, and if you look at it, the letters are actually alive. There's things happening inside the letters. I'm learning how to skin stuff. So anything that teaches me more or I learn, those are always my favorite ones. And they might be a boring one for everybody else. But for me, they're like moments where I learn stuff. So a lot of that ones that have the ocean, the movement of the ocean and letters and things happening in the ocean, those were a lot of fun. It took a lot of time, but those were a lot of fun for me. I learned a lot.
I like the ones that you did with the roller coaster too.
Yeah, I'm still learning that. That's hard. That is really.
That looks like it would be challenging.
That's really hard. Yeah. Because that's all container work where you open a container and then you build everything inside of a container. Then you actually teach the container how to move so all the letters stay together. But then you start to realize it's boring, and now you need each one of the letters to have a little bit of movement. So you start going to sub-containers. So when something comes to the top of the hill, it leans forward. Yeah, there's a lot there. I'm still learning all that. Those come out nice though.
And Mario wants us to know that just saying the Rico Suave was your favorite.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I sat there and I don't know how long it took me to find that. Because I was going, what was that song? And I didn't like the song, but I knew. But I mean, that's one of the hard. That's another hard thing is I have to do so much music I don't like. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what I like. That's the big thing. No one gives a crap what I like. You just got to do it. So I was sitting there trying to figure out what in the world was that song that had. Because I remember everybody made fun of this guy. Well, especially in Maine, because we're all sitting there going, Rocco, what? honey, they're talking about your shampoo. There's a guy called Rocco Suave Shampoo. That's us, We're like Suave. That's shampoo, right? Why is the guy calling himself Shampoo? So, I couldn't.
Mario was shampoo for a night.
I could not, for the life of me, remember what the hell that was. So I finally contacted a buddy of mine and said, "What was that song?" I said, "No, I knew you probably liked it." It was that guy that was talking about how awesome he is, or how smooth a skin he has, or whatever, or something like that. As a Spanish guy, I was like, it's back in the '80s or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, Rico Suave." I'm like, "Spell it."
M-A-R.
He's like M-A-R-I-O. Mario. So I finally found it. Went, okay, that's it. Yep, that's the song. Yep. I did not know what that song was for the longest time, If they had said, well, if someone had told me that's how you say Rite Aid. Oh, Rite Aid Suave Soap. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, I would have bought it. I would have believed it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Mario says he had to cut it off. He was at a soccer game and couldn't have. Oh yeah, that would have been a real special.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been good.
No, that wouldn't have been.
Nope.
What is your father doing? He's looking at these. Oh my God, Mario! Oh boy, that would have been funny.
Yep.
People would have been feeling very, very, very sorry for him at that time.
Mm-hmm. What other ones you got on there? Oh, the rock and roll in the LA scene with Gunwild. The lady with the chainsaw and the guy sitting there. Looks like,
oh my God! I swear, I think he was gonna cry. I think he was gonna.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre on him.
No, she was excited. She thought it was hilarious. She was laughing her ass off. Oh my God, Christine, she was so funny. She was so funny. She looked. You know, but the thing was, is I wanted that. Some folks have heard me talk about before how when I went to Louisiana, it was kind of weird. All the boys were like beaten with the ugly stick, and the girls were all gorgeous. And I wanted to have that, like, you know, I wanted that girl who's already had 8 kids. You know what I mean? And Bubba. But then I wanted her to have a little fun at his expense. And boy, she just ran with it. She did so good. That was, by the way, real chainsaw.
That was a real chainsaw.
It was a real chainsaw. The terror in his eyes was real because all he could do was hear the chainsaw behind him moving. She was laughing. I forget what did I leave her laughter in the clip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was. Oh
yes,
my God,
she was laughing her ass off.
He was hollering, going, "I swear to God, if you got me with this," she was just. Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take the audio out of so many clips. You would be shocked. People have
no filter.
People have no idea. They'll be sitting there going, "Okay, and this can like literally be a clip. It'll be perfect. The whole clip will be absolutely perfect. But the whole time you hear this, no. He said to do it this way. I heard what he said. No, he said to do it. Look, can you just eat? It's a hamburger. How many times did you eat a hamburger? You stupid bitch. Eat the hamburger, and you're like, oh my God." Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that was Hornet Fixers. Did he have like favorite hamburgers?
Yes.
And the girls were eating
hamburgers. I'm going. All I said was eat a hamburger, kinda sexy. They both did a great job, but it was the girl that was shooting it. I mean, she was like, "Oh, hello, I can't use any audio off of this."
Oh, that's just too funny. So, you know, I don't know if you kept track of this, but I'm just kind of curious. How many promos in total have you done?
My God.
Have any idea?
I've been doing promos for Eric for over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We had a break for about a year. So live, constantly doing them weekly, about 4 years for him, a little over 4 years.
And that was every week.
Yeah, you and I are on like 2 years, heading up towards 2.5 years.
Yep.
Jim and I are on approaching a year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good Lord Almighty, Eric and I are in the hundreds. Probably 350 to 400 for him. And the funny here's a funny little piece of tidbit for anybody. Can anybody tell me in the chat room how many times I've duplicated a promo? On all the shows combined, how many times has a promo been duplicated? There's actually one person sitting in the chat room right now who should be able to answer that.
Dee.
Mario.
No. Nope. Mario wouldn't be able to answer. He wouldn't know the answer to that. There it is. There's your answer right there. Gunwild. Once it was mine.
It was mine.
That is correct. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Everything. And then I had no choice. I had to drop a promo. So I went, oh my God, for the first time ever, I am going to reuse a promo. And I did.
Mario says the next time that he's on one of the shows, he's putting in a request. Battle Bean has to be a superhero flying with a cape and turn into a hot dog.
I will do my best, but they're going to have to at least give me a week to know you're coming. Oh my God, Battle Bean turning into a hot dog.
You have a fan here, Eric, that watches your B&E Brew review.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to get Mario a shirt that says, I'm a hot dog.
That's the Northern Desert Pepper.
Oh my gosh, that's just too funny. Oh man. Yeah, these do take a lot of time though.
Oh yeah, well, and, it's some the hardest ones are like what Mario just said. Can I get a Bean superhero? Yeah, I can get a picture of Bean superhero. Now I have to find a picture of somebody who's like cartoony, who has all the battle gear on. And what I do is I'll go into Adobe Photoshop and I cut it apart. I chop. I have to cut out all the pieces on Adobe. Then I move them all over into transparency. Once I have them all transparency, then I rebuild them again. All right, but I'll do the arms and the legs separate.
Yeah.
So they're just separate things, so I can put them on as overlays. So that way I don't have to worry about having the arms stretch or whatever, and you just do them as overlays. Then you have to cut off the cape and have the cape positioned so it's flying behind him.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to do a fadeaway as he turns into a hot dog. So yeah, it can be done. But that's one of the ones where if they go, hey John, what Mario's going to be on tonight? Oh no.
It has to be a little advance notice because that one's going to take a while.
Yeah. If you can figure cutting out all the pieces of 4 or 5 pictures on Adobe Photoshop,
put it all together like a puzzle,
then turn them all into transparencies.
Yeah.
Then you load them all up onto my other program, and now I got to turn them all into one thing again, and then I have to animate it. Yeah. That's a little bit of work.
Yeah, that is.
Just go to Comic-Con and film those freaks.
I mean, outstanding individuals.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
It's a lot of work.
Yep.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it can. I mean, the ones that are the only ones that I've only had a few that bum me out, and that's when we have a last minute change. Those are the ones that bum me out, where it's like everything's not going to work, so let's just do something and have a crew night. Those bum me out because it's like it's just cookie cutter then.
Yep. Or a Star Trek convention. Small money.
I've already started on that, Mario. I already have pieces of a Battle Beat logo put together. Some pieces.
Well, that'll be interesting to see when that gets all put together.
Took forever to get a Kevlar helmet to fit on a bean.
Fit on a bean.
Any other promos that stick out in your mind?
A bunch of them that he's done for Dr. Mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of those got weird.
You think?
They kind of have to.
Yeah, some of those got weird. Boy, that's another place. I'll tell you what, diving down that hole. Oh my God. You go down that hole and start asking questions. I mean, people come up with stuff that you're like, okay, yeah, but I mean, I'm looking more for a clip. I'll send you a clip. You're going to say, the guy tells me he's going to send me a clip of a guy running up to somebody on a bicycle, all right, that's about to die. You're going to see the second the guy's going to die. You see the actual second he's supposed to die, and the guy runs up, grabs him, and he's gone. And he's gone in a millisecond. And then the vehicle that was going to hit him and he was going to die stops. The guy jumps out, and the other guy's on the other side of the street now. I'm like, okay, someone's better than I am. They're very talented. I appreciate the clip. Thank you. I'll put it in there, but just because it's on the film doesn't mean that it's real to me, because I just happen to be one of those people that do that kind of shit. But wow, what a good job you did. That looked really good. Mm-hmm. It was like a guy's about to die, and just as he's about to die, a blue light surrounds him, and he gets grabbed, and he's on the other side of the street.
Wow.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm curious to ask the people in the chat room.
Yeah, I was just going to get to that.
Okay.
What is so for you guys that are in there, what is your favorite video or videos? Which ones did you think were really funny? And which ones what was the other question that we were asking? Which ones? Why am I having a brain fart? Let's just go with
what are their favorite promos? Ta-da! There it was. If you're in the chat room, what was your favorite promo?
Yeah, what's your favorite promo? Which one did you think was the funniest? Which one did you like the best? Which one was the most one that stuck with you, that still sticks with you?
I think CB just talked about a clip. I know what he's talking about. He's showing the turd, so I'm guessing he's talking about the clip I made for the shit show. And by the way, there's not a lot of people that realize how hard that was. Okay. But if you look at that, if you ever see it again, you will see it again, because it's one of the popular ones I put in there. When you see it again, you watch Eric's flag unfurl. You'll watch his logo, it unfurls as he bow me. Watch what happens as it starts to unfurl. The stick will actually start to slide down in the poop. It actually the air is pulling the flag and unfurling it, and it shows the flag pull there, which is a toothpick, actually sliding down through the poop. It's actually cutting its way by. Nobody ever notices it, but it was one of those things I wanted to make sure.
Mario says, I'm a hot dog. Gun Wild says, from the promos, I remember the Rico Suave was hilarious. And of course, Bearded CB.
Boobs.
He had to say boobs. Yeah. I knew somebody was going to bring that up. Are we at 6,000 yet views on your boobs? On your boobs. I mean, promo?
Well, hopefully 6,000 people haven't checked out Eric's boobs. If there has been, we got to find out what he's obviously doing something on the side.
Check, please. And John Cho said anything done by John is great.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
What a kiss ass.
Yeah, that's a lot of promos. And that's a lot of not just promos. I mean, for all the years that you've been doing it for Eric and then me and then Jim, that's a lot of imagination and creativity that has to go in there too.
It can be.
Do you ever feel like that you get, how writers get writer's block? Do you ever feel like you ever experience something like that where things just kind of go blank and you don't have?
It's not so much that as a lot of times life gets in the way.
Yeah.
It's like right now with the cold snap. Like today we lost power twice, and I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that freaks me out when I'm like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because now you're sitting here going, I try to have them up by noon, all right? I'm usually starting them somewhere around 7 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Now sometimes it's hard to even explain it's hard to explain when you go. Sometimes the first hour could be listening to the song like 25 freaking times, because I got to figure out where am I going to do my breaks at, and then I'll put the song in on the on my Corel, and then I'll start laying down breaks, little markers where I know this is where I want to fade into the next scene. This is where the next. Then I got to start making a storyboard of what I want each one of the scenes to be, and hopefully I had plenty of time and I was able to get the scenes done, or I end up having to make the scenes. And if I have to make them, it takes a bit more.
Yeah. Mario says that Jim needs a new song.
Well, Jim's under attack by YouTube so brutally. These guys are attacking him.
Yes.
And we're actually using a song with all Jim's videos that can't be copyright grabbed. They can't scream or yell. It's a song that he knows the people who are singing the song, and they never did anything with it.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah, they're pretty picky when it comes to that.
Well, Eric gets away with a lot of stuff. You get away with everything, Christine. So it's like you get away with everything. So except for Cyndi Lauper. Oh my God. Oh,
yes.
My God.
The 180 song that I wanted to use for the girls' annual dinner party, and it's like, yeah, access denied.
I had it, I read it on a Cloak channel just to see if they attack it. They got attacked. So I take it down. And I put up a different version. It got attacked. I take it down. Then I start trying to find live versions. Mm-hmm. And in case you guys didn't know, Cyndi Lauper is a wackadoo. Oh my God, she can't just sing. She like run around. Oh, how you doing? I love you. Then she starts telling stories. Yeah, like, you're supposed to be singing the damn song. I know. Right in the middle of a song, she stops. And says, so my Aunt Sylvia. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Squirrel.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that? So, needless to say, that song is not going to make it.
Nope. And that's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So yeah, I think that's it. I don't have any more that come to mind or anything else that I can think of. What about you, Eric?
No, it's just you could have an interesting evening with a bottle of wine and hitting the playlist of all of the promos.
That you could. Don't think you'd be bored. That's for sure. There's a lot of different content in each one of them.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to make. I have a good time.
Yep. So, let's see. Really quickly, I'm just going to go back here into the chat room if I can drive the bus, which I'm never very good at. What the hell does that mean?
100 guys go down and 50 Joey couples come up. Okay.
So, let's see what we got here. So tonight we had, once again, just doing a quick rundown. Thank you, everybody. Smile Money, Otis 71, Boondockers, Pofa Loco, Jolson. I have some cock-flavored soup for you.
Oh, I forgot about that. Did you see
he missed that. He missed that one. What was that one that we just did about the product names?
The slut soup. Soup for sluts.
Soup for sluts.
Yeah. Gunwell just brought one up about that one there. That was a hilarious one. Somebody else made that for me, but it was the Mrs. Butterworth commercial. When the little boy goes, "Hey, Mrs. Butterworth, why do you taste so good?" She goes, "That's because I shove a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass." That was funny, and not one person talked about the horse. I had a guy who sounded like Cobra. All right, do that voice. It was in his promo. He didn't even recognize the voice, but it was in his promo, and it was a sheriff, walking up to see if he could find a can of gas, and the horse asked him what he's looking for. And the guy goes, I want to get a can of gas. He goes, "I'll take you some gas right now." He goes, "Okay, let me find a saddle for you." He goes, "Why don't you just ride me raw dog?" The cop looks at the horse. He goes, "How bad do you want that gas?"
I forgot about that one.
That was a guy that sounded like Cobra. I thought it was going to be funny. I don't think you got it, though.
Well, continuing on my list after having that squirrel moment. We also had Gunwild, Mario, Bearded CB, and I think that was it for the peoples in the chat room. I said Boondockers in the chat room for tonight.
Say Mario again. He likes to hear his own name.
Mario.
Rite Aid Suave. Rite Aid Suave.
Say Mario and raw dog in the same sentence.
Oh my word.
So yeah, that's basically it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show, talking about the promos. John giving you a little kind of an idea behind the scenes on how all these come together, the work that's entailed putting these together. And that's about it. Next week we have a topic.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a topic, yeah. We're going to talk about cooking. What is your favorite meal to cook?
That's right.
Or meals. So that should be a fun one.
I love it when she. Nobody can see this, but Eric and I. But I love it when she looks into the camera. She looks at me and goes, "Yeah." Well, so next week's topic. She wrote what it was going to be. She sent it to me in an email, and then she's looking at me going, "Come on, say it. Say what it is. Don't leave me hanging." It's like, you made it up. That would be part of show prep, actually knowing what the hell you were going to talk about next.
Daddy, help me.
I did know. It's just all of a sudden I had a massive brain fart.
Right, it's the same brain fart she has every week when she goes, and next week and she just looks at me like, say it. Say it.
See, it's like a 2-part thing here. I started
but
off.
Of course, I enjoy the hell, so I just look at you like, I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying.
Yep, and then after that, it'll be the annual girls' dinner party.
Yep, indeed. That's yeah. I'm already in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the farm thing came from or why, but your lady who said, I live in the middle of nowhere on a farm. What do you want me to do? Dance in a hay bale? Sure, that's fine. Really? I went, sure, that's fine. Well, now one of the twins had to go dance by a hay bale because apparently she'd been outdone. So she did a red lingerie dance by the hay bale. A ballerina used a full-size combine in the middle of a field as a ballet pole. And there's all kinds of... You have a skydiver this time. We actually have a skydiver who is in here. Got one person I'm hoping is going to be joining us from Orlando, Florida. Hopefully she's going to be able to do her part. We'll still wait and see. She's got a week left.
Did we get a guy this time?
Okay, let me ask what the title. What's the title of the video? What's the title of the video?
Girls' Night. But my girl.
No. Hold on. Hold on.
You're gonna disappoint
I'm gonna do you. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna bring a guy onto the show with us.
Jim.
Your internet husband, Jim. What more could you ask for? Jim's gonna be live.
Okay, I'm just warning you now that when I show the promo to Pam and she says there's no guy in there, I'm gonna take it up with John.
Oh yeah, tell her feel free. She's called me every name in the book already. Damn it.
I'm just saying.
For all those people that don't know, Eric's sister is mean.
Well, she is my sister.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what we got coming down the pike for topics. And after that, I don't know. I'll just be sitting in my office someday randomly thinking about what are we going to talk about next. And then send a message to John. Hey, John.
That's right. Wilson invited himself, too. He was going to come and wear the thong.
Well, if he wears a thong and you're with these girls, make sure you put a few dingle balls on it because they like that.
Ladies, excuse me, is that the foot
Yeah,
long?
no.
And then some.
They'll be asking him how it rides.
Oh my God! Oh, that was a horrifying moment.
Hey, but it was something nobody knew, and then we knew.
And for everybody out there who wonders how this begins, I'm going to tell you how all these girls start the thing. I haven't even been there. I can tell you exactly how it works. The doorbell rings and Christina opens the door. She's holding a bag, and on the front of it says "manners," and she has everybody drop them at the door. It's the first thing you do is dump your manners at the door. And then she sits it outside once they're all in a bag, and then they go inside and start abusing her. A few hours go by, then I show up, and then they get on the air, and things get crazy from there.
Yeah, you just don't know what you're going to get.
No manners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah! Wow! and the best part is when they the first time there's all this innocence and all that. Oh, I can't. Oh no, I don't want to be. Oh bullshit! You get 2 pitchers down these girls, and it's all bets are off.
Yes, it should be fun.
That'd be Mr. Dick Gone Wild.
I'm hoping that everybody will be able to make it this year. This will be my 13th year of doing it.
It'll be my 2nd year of being punished for it.
And with that, I think we're done.
And we are out of here.
Everybody have a good night and a good week ahead.